Hey, welcome back to the table. So we're in a brain burner of a game here. And this is, I think, what every solitaire game is supposed to do, and that's you can never be in complete control. I think that's why some people hate solitaire games. So our situation is basically what we see is what we get. We are going to get a few reinforcements, but that's not a lot, folks. So I got to make do with what I have. There's no landings, so let's move on from that. There was one thing from last turn that I realized I could do. This guy was allowed to move one space, and since this unit got eliminated, the one that was below it, I am able to move him up now. It doesn't necessarily help me super much, but I'm able to get him off the beach, so for what it's worth. Okay, so we get to draw an event, and we're on turn 9. Nothing's really happening, but we do get a good one. We get to place a hero marker, and they get a depth marker. So I don't know who's getting a depth marker, because just about every time something gets added, a depth marker gets added anyways. So let's look at it. Closest to a US unit, lowest ID number. So this is 2 spaces away. It's a 10, a 9. That's it. Those two are 2 spaces away. So I would say that green here is getting the depth marker. And then we get a hero, which is quite awesome. But where do I put him? I got to put him somewhere where I can take advantage of him. I think I'm allowed to put heroes even on spots where these counterattacks are happening. I don't know if I want to. So like I could put a hero there, for example. I think, so like this is obviously an attractive choice. But this unit is sort of staying here because he has to, you know, protect that against fascism. I like the idea of going over here somewhere because then I'm giving, you know, extra cards because these are both close combat situations, but I'm disrupted. So I don't like putting him somewhere where he's disrupted and he's just going to get slaughtered. In the 80s, there was this wrestler called Sergeant Slaughter. So that's what I always think of whenever I think of this game. And he was always up against the Ayatollah Khomeini, I think, was his name. And they used to always hold up this sign that said, "I ran from Sergeant Slaughter," you know, because he was from Iran. See, that's what started it all. All the punishment you guys have watching my videos and the puns, it all started. And you can blame the the WWF back then. And it's all their fault. You know, so a bunch of wrestlers paid to act like they're getting hurt. They started this. Oh, and then a big congratulations. Somebody got my movie reference correct. The movie reference was, I'm taking them all. And I'm taking them all back. That was from the movie The Goonies. And it was a scene where they were at the well and they used to throw all the coins in when they made wishes. And so then now they're underneath the well and they found where all the coins ended up. And so Corey something or other, I can never remember which one's which. He was basically saying he was taking all the coins and they were telling him not to because he was stealing everybody's wishes. And I don't know, he picks up some random coin and said, "This was my wish and it never came true." And you know, when you were 9 years old, that was some serious drama for you. So anyways, congratulations to the one person who got that right. So thank you. Well done. And I'm going to go. I keep deciding and then changing my mind. I'm going to go here. Okay. It's attack time for the Japanese. And the good news is we don't have a lot of, actions. We're going to get pounded by artillery again. So I'm not happy about that. I'm just looking real quick. I know we don't do these right away, but blue is going to beat the crap out of us. So this is bad. The R is also bad for blue. This is a very bad one. The green, I think we're going to be mostly okay. Nope, we're not going to be okay. This is a awful card. Okay, we might lose again. All right, so it's their turn, and there's some disrupted counterattack units, and their color hasn't come up. So the blue came up for this one. So I'm assuming they're not doing anything. And then this one is on top of a US unit. So we're going to do battle here. This one lost his depth marker. So he's just going to get one card for one unit, one card for strength 4, and then one card because he's a tank. We're going to get 4 for our pips because we're a pipsqueak, and 1 because it's a counterattack, and that's it. We do have another unit next to us, so we go first, and the color in question is brown, and we nailed him. So we at least disrupt him, and then he loses a card. Now he goes and he misses, and we go and we nail him again. So he's dead. He had no depth marker, so one more hit was all it took to take him out. So this tank is destroyed, and counterattack marker goes back in. So very well done there for those units, and we took no damage, which was really good. So I don't know, you win some, you lose some, I guess, but these units survived. And before everybody gets upset, I did not forget. Okay, so we got that done, and we're going to be disrupted again. That's it with the counterattack phase. Now they go. We'll start with red, and you can see here red's blank. So the only thing that's going to happen then is this disrupted marker just goes away. That's it. No other red is going to do anything. I'm going to check something real quick. Nope, we're fine. There's this really weird, this red one projects a fire on this hex right here. But if you look here, there's no, there's nothing going on. So it was just a weird, weird one I was looking at. Now blue is a problem child for many reasons. R is a reinforce when it's empty. And so let me show you real quick. So you resupply, it gets a depth marker and then fires if none. Oh, it gets a depth marker no matter what and fires if you're in range. If you're not in range of his fire, then he moves near you and then he fires. And then if he's unoccupied, he gets a reserve unit and a depth marker, and then he fires. So R sucks. This is the worst action of all. And then, of course, the tanks would do an overrun, but the tanks are in counterattack mode, so we don't have to worry about them. So why am I saying this? Well, right here, this is within 3 spaces of us. So he's going to get reinforcements and a depth marker. And so that position is now strong. And then he fires, but I don't think any... Well, we actually do have units in his range. It is a circle. So we do not have a circle, so we're fine. We survived that fire. And I didn't mean to drop that. Okay, so we got lucky. He has quite a bit of range on his fire, and he didn't hit us. So now moving on, this blue unit back here can't quite hit us. And so then what he would do is he would redeploy. Actually, he would redeploy. Excuse me, but there's nowhere for him to go. So he stays put. And then this one is the one that sucks. Is this guy would get a depth marker. He already has one, so he's going to fire. And then this one is going to get a unit and a depth marker because he is in Japanese communication. So, boom. That's what just happened to us. This guy here is going to fire, and he's going to hit 2 units, 2 Utes. And this is intense. This one's intense. And so is that one. So he's going to hit 2 there. And so this guy is at full strength, so he'll take 1 hit. And he's disrupted. And this guy will take the other hit. Or that guy could. But we'll make it this one. So we just got another catastrophic loss. And now they're both disrupted. No, they're not both disrupted. He's revealed. Okay. So that's our situation. We move to green now. Oh. Now the good news is green doesn't have the crappy R. So they just fire. That's all they do. But I still think they're going to hit us because this guy over here is green. He has 2 units, so he's going to hit us twice, and this is intense. So this one will take a hit. That's another catastrophic loss. G21. And I don't think this one's... Nope. Sorry, it's just really hard to pick these up sometimes. I'm just trying to look. Okay, so this green only hit 1 spot. And even though he could have hit 2, he was only able to hit this spot. So attacking him is going to be a problem. This whole corner is just driving me nuts. I'm just not cracking this puzzle. And the fact that I keep drawing damn close combat markers is not helping me either. Okay, so that's it for green. And now we draw another event. It's turn 9. So we got to see what we get here. And we get a naval fire marker. So I'm happy with that. That is a free action, and I think I might use it to get rid of a depth marker for one of these punks. Because we need to punch them in the mouth and get through. The other thing is I'm in just as desperate of a situation over here too. So we got issues. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so it is HQ phase. So I'm going to... I cannot flip this one. But I can flip this one, and I will. So he's going to a command post. and that's a range of 1. And this one moves to a range of 2. So coming to him, a range of 2 means I could put a garrison there, but he gets a garrison. So that means this unit can now freely move out of that spot. However, he cannot get a garrison because purple can still fire there. So not quite ready for a garrison. This one, however, gets a garrison. And I think this guy does not get a garrison. So, I think that's it for HQ phase. One thing I am disappointed is it just seems like Omaha Beach had a huge engineering and HQ phase. Then it got less with Tarawa, and then with this game, it's even less. That was probably my favorite phase of the game, and that one keeps getting minimized, and then things like close combat is being expanded. So it's an interesting set of choices. It's action time for us. We have a lot of disrupted units, and there's a lot of things we can't do. The first thing I'm going to do is we're going to start some barrages, though. This guy's disrupted, so we don't have to worry about him hurting us. So this tank, which is in command of this command post, is going to barrage him. We got to get blue barraged here, and I don't have the capacity to attack him with these disrupted units. So if we can barrage this, then we can at least get a breather, and that's what we need. We need the breather. So we're going to draw. It's a strength 3 tank, and I drew a blue. The barrage chart completely changed in this game, so I actually have to look it up. So we're a 3. We match the color, and the Japanese is disrupted. And then this is saying that the artillery would be destroyed if it had artillery. And then these little black things you ignore because I guess those are for the BNR scenario. So you don't have to worry about that. But we did succeed because we had the color. So we disrupt him, and that's helping us breathe a little. And that was this tank here. So then with these 2 units, I can attack this. And this can also attack. So we're going to attack with all 4 of these to here. Now the question is am I going to also attack with him because, you know, extra strength or whatever. This is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 5 is 16. This is a jungle, so this is going to get doubled. The highest we've seen is a 4. So if this was an 8 strength, 16 is still double, so we would at least disrupt him. So I'm feeling good about that. And then I would have liked to have taken this green so they don't reinforce it. These engineers can only move 1 space, like so, but then they would be out of the range, or no, they're not out of the range of the HQ, so we're fine. I would love to have moved them 2 to get here, but that's just not in the cards. It's really bizarre because this here, you have to risk intense fire to get to him. And same here. There's just so much luck in this game. At least in Omaha Beach, there was always a side you can go. And I think that's probably why it was easier, I guess. But anyways, back to this. These attack here. And you know what? I'm going to spend... I think I want to spend 1 action to attack there. In case this guy's got a flanking requirement, then I meet this flanking requirement. So let me think about that. I got to look at all my other options here. This guy is a free action because of this. So I could do something with him. we could like try to attack this guy again, but he needs flanking. And I think I'm gonna charge him for close combat. So this is gonna be close combat. Done. Red, we need to take out badly. He needs a flank, so we're gonna close combat him. And then I'm probably gonna move forward with him just in case we fail. And then this guy, this tank, or this guy's gonna move and take the yellow. So we now have that. This one's disrupted. And can we attack him? He needs to be flanked. So I could close combat him, but he's going to be a very difficult close combat. And I don't think I can I move in close combat? I think I have to be adjacent. This one's an issue. I can barrage with him. Who would I barrage? Oh, I'm gonna barrage. Oh, I can't barrage and attack in the same turn. Dang you. I can't attack him this turn, so this guy's gonna barrage there. So we're gonna barrage green, and we drew a green. So we disrupted him, which is good. Now, I don't need actions down here. So yes, I'm going to spend an action on that. And then I'm going to spend an action to attack. I think I want to attack him with close combat. Do I really want to do that? I think my answer is yes. And then this guy, I'm gonna leave and go 1, 2, 3. I'm also going to close combat him with the units that are on his space. Since they're already disrupted, they already have 1 hit. So I want to take advantage of that and get the extra hits on them. It's this one I'm worried about. He's not very strong. Yeah, and so these guys are going to close combat, and that's a free action, actually. I still have 1 more action somewhere that I can do. This guy could. I mean, as long as I'm really careful about keeping everything blocked. This one does not have communication unless you go through here. And then if I did this, you know, I'd have it blocked, but what would my last action be? So, for example, this HQ unit can try to close combat him with only 2 pips. I mean, that's quite a cojones thing to do. This HQ unit gonna move up to prepare for this. Yeah, I mean, this one can move to there. So I still have 1 more action I can spend somewhere. And I'm actually sitting, that means I can move one of these guys, really. So that's what I'll do. Assuming he gets disrupted, I'll move here. So I'll have to move him back if he doesn't get disrupted. Because if he doesn't get disrupted, I can't move through an intense fire zone. That's the issue. Or the other thing I can do is move him there. That's not a bad idea either, because this is just full intense. Yeah, I'll do that. All right, that'll be my other action spent. So let's go over here. All three of these are going to attack this guy, and it's a close combat, and he's disrupted. So that was way overkill, but there's nothing I can do. I need to take a quick break, and I will be back in a few seconds.